Have you ever looked at a large Excel sheet and wondered, how do I quickly understand all this data? Hundreds of rows, multiple columns, and it becomes almost impossible to analyze manually. But what if Excel could summarize everything in just a few clicks? In this video, I show you how to create a pivot table, one of the most powerful tools in Excel for analyzing data instantly. Hello and welcome back. If you work with Excel data, whether it's sales reports, customer lists, or product records, pivot tables can completely change the way you analyze information. Today we will learn how to create a pivot table step by step using a real dataset. By the end of this video, you will be able to summarize hundreds of rows of data in seconds. So let's get started. First, let's take a look at the dataset. In this sheet, we have several columns: invoice ID, customer name, city, product, quantity, unit price, and total amount. Each row represents a transaction. This type of data is called raw data. Raw data is useful for storing information, but it is not at all easy to analyze. For example, if I ask which product generated the highest sales, or if I ask which city contributed the most revenue, finding these answers manually would take a lot of time. This is exactly where pivot tables help us. Now, let's get started. Let's create our pivot table. First, click anywhere inside the dataset. Then go to the Insert tab at the top of Excel. Here you will see the option called Pivot Table. Click on Pivot Table. Excel automatically selects the entire dataset. Now choose New Worksheet. So the pivot table appears on a new sheet. Then click OK. Excel creates a new sheet with a pivot table layout. On the right side, you see the Pivot Table Fields panel. This panel allows us to choose which fields we want to analyze. Let's answer our first question. How much total sales did each product generate? To do this, drag the product field into the rows area. Next, drag the total amount field into the values area. Immediately, Excel calculates the total sales for each product. And just like that, hundreds of rows of data are summarized in a clean table. No formulas, no manual calculations. This is the power of pivot tables. They are generally used for summarizing, analyzing, and comparing. If you want the objective of the pivot tables in Excel, in one sentence you can say that pivot tables are used for summarizing, analyzing, and comparing. You can get rid of so many formulas if you are going to use pivot tables. So now, let's analyze the data in another way. Instead of products, we want to see sales by the city. Remove the product field from the rows section. Now drag the city field into the rows section. Excel instantly updates the pivot table. Now we can clearly see how much sales each city has generated. Instead of reading hundreds of rows, we now have a simple summary. Pivot table becomes even more powerful when we combine multiple fields. Let's drag product below city in the rows area. Now the pivot table shows product sales inside each city. This allows us to answer deeper questions like which products sell best in each city. This kind of analysis is extremely valuable for business decisions. And that's how you create and use a pivot table in Excel. With just a few clicks, you can transform large data sets into meaningful insights. If you found this video helpful, like the video so more people can learn this Excel skill. Also subscribe to the channel for more practical Excel tips and tricks, and tell me in the comments what Excel topic would you like to learn next. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.
Bye bye.